Welcome to WordPress Basics. These videos are tailored to help you learn how to update and edit your WordPress site on your own, regardless of whether I built it or somebody else. Today, we're going to be talking about adding, removing, and editing pages. My name is Monica Pitts, and I'm the founder of Make Create Design. I've been working in WordPress for at least the last 10 years, and my team and I build about 50 WordPress sites every year. We love WordPress, and we think it's an awesome tool that businesses can use to help them grow, but first, they have to figure out how to use it, right? So what good is a website that you can't use? And that's what we're going to talk about today, starting with adding, removing, and editing your pages. First, let's take a look at how we add a page. Now, there's a lot of different places that you can click to add a page to your site. You can go up to the top on the jump bar, plus new, choose page, boom, you just added a page. You can go on the side and click pages and then click add new. You'll add a page. You can choose the main pages landing page, which is where I'm at right now, and you can click add new and it will add a new page. All of those clicks will plunk you here into the page editor. Now, the first thing that I always do when I add a page is I make a page title. And you want a page title that's logical because you want to know what's on that page, but also it's going to feed into the link of the page. And also you want it to be logical so that way people can find it and Google can find it, right? So make it something smart. All right, so let's look at the major page attributes. I'm not going to talk about how to make it pretty right now. I'll do that in another video because there's so many ways to make it pretty. All right, so instead, let's talk about the main attributes of your page. They are going to be on the right in this right column here, underneath page. If I have something selected that is a block, it will show block, and then I just click page to get to the page attributes. All right, so the first thing that you can decide is the visibility of your page. All WordPress websites come with the ability to have a publicly posted page, which is what most of your pages are, something that's private, which means that only site admins can see it, or something that is password protected. That means that you can put a password on one page and protect it, and only people who get the password can see it. Yeah, it's not like a super robust feature, but it is really cool if you're going to share something that you don't want everybody to see. We're going to leave this one public. You can choose whether you want to publish it immediately, in the future, or even yesterday. This is your choice. You can choose what site user publishes it. Since it's a page, I would just leave it the normal user of your website. Usually page designs don't have the author displayed on them. That's more reserved for posts, but you can choose. Okay, other things. Template. Some websites have multiple templates for their pages that would change the information that you put into the page. It would pre-format it for you when it puts it out online. So for example, in my website, I'm going to scroll down here so you can see it change. If I choose thank you, it gives me more options down here to fill out. Button text, multiple buttons, all this stuff. And then if I choose just default template, all those options go away. And that's because if I fill in the blanks down there, it's going to format it out on the front end of my site. Your site might have templates, it might not, but you can check and see. Other things that it has, featured images. So the pictures up on the top of the pages of your site are almost always set up as featured images. Sometimes they're called mastheads or hero images. It doesn't matter what we call them. WordPress calls them featured images most of the time. So in order to set it, you just click on it, and then you either choose the image that you want from your photo library, or you can choose upload files and you can select them from your computer and upload them. Okay, so next few things, page attributes. So if your page is going to be nested in a drop-down menu, you're going to need to define the parent page. That's what this thing is called. These are child pages, and this is the parent page. Construction is the parent page. These are all child pages. So I would come back over and I would choose the parent page, and you can just start typing, and it will show all of the options in your website, both pages and posts, that are add the word that you just typed in. So I typed in construction there. Okay, so the next thing that I want to look at, which I can't look at on this page because it's not all the way done yet, we're going to hop over here, are revisions. So this is hopping a little bit into editing, but it's super cool. So ultimately, every time that you save your page, whether you save it as a draft, so if I pop back over here, see how it says save draft? Because this page hasn't been published yet. If I save it as a draft, it will save that work that I've done in a group. It will also autosave occasionally for you, but don't count on that. Click the save button. do your work incrementally and save it and look at it, save it and look at it. Save draft here. Okay. Revisions. What is cool about this? So let's say that you are working on a page and everything looks fine, and then suddenly it just like blows up and it looks terrible. It can happen sometimes, friends. Like, it just happens. You can't see into the mind of the internet, right? So in that instance, you can click on the revisions tab over here. This page has 3 different options for me to choose from. Now, here's the deal. I don't really expect you to be able to read all this gobbledygook down here, right? Because you're not web developers, or else you wouldn't be watching this video. But you can tell time, and you know when you've been in the site. So you can use this slider to choose the version of the page that you want to restore it to. So just try to think to yourself, like, when was the last time that it looked right? And you can restore it to that. It will pull out any of the edits that you made recently, and it would restore it back to that saved version. So that works really well, especially if you have had a page professionally designed, you went in and you tried to edit a little bit of text and you exploded the whole page. Well, you probably would reset it back and try it again. Okay, so you would choose the version that you want to restore, and then you click restore this version and it would roll it back for you. So it's super convenient. All right, so back to adding a new page. Notice too that my page title also is reflected in the title of the page that will display out on Google. Just one more reason to make a page title that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so whenever I'm ready and I have all my settings the way I want, and I have my stuff in the middle of the page, which I realize mine is rather lacking right now. Let's put something in here. This is information on my page. Okay. Then I click publish. All right. And it's like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I had the ability, once again, to set the visibility if I want to do it immediately. Yes, I am totally sure. I'm going to publish this sucker. And now I can view it. So I can copy the page address. I can view the page. I can view the page by clicking down here. And you can always tell when something's been updated because it's going to pop this little box up over here for you. So now let's look at the page. This is the information on my page. Okay, so let's think about editing just for a second because we're here. So now, technically, we're editing a page because we already added it. The way that you edit and build your pages is with this dance. Do a small thing, save it, look at it. Do a small thing, save it, look at it. Okay, so I'm going to do a small thing. Do a small thing. All right, I am going to update my page now. And then I'm going to come out here. And I'm going to refresh my page so I can look at it. Now, I like to set this up in 2 monitors. I like to have one monitor that lets me see this and one monitor that looks like this. So that way I don't have to like flip between the tabs all the time. I can just make the edit, save it, go to the other monitor, refresh it. It makes it super convenient. Also, you can preview the page. So let's say I want to make a small change that I think might break. I can preview it. So click preview, and then you can choose how you want to preview the page. You want to look at it on tablet, mobile, desktop. I'm going to choose desktop. And then I'm going to click preview in a new tab, and it will open it up with a small change that I think might break. But if I look at it out here, even if I refresh it, it doesn't show up because it's only saved temporarily. It's not saved forever. Okay, so previewing your page can be a great way to make sure that you're not breaking things as well. But just remember that dance, back and forth. Okay, so let's talk about editing pages and just keep going on this editing cycle, and then we'll talk about removing them. All right, so let's say that I know I want to edit a certain page on my website. Let's say I want to go to a resources page and I want it to be this one, and I want to edit this page. The easiest way, I think, to edit a page is just to go find it on the front end of my site. First, you log in, then you go find the page on the front end of your site and you click edit page. This will take me into my admin section with this exact page open up. I didn't have to hunt for anything. It is right here. That's super, super easy. Alternately, I can go back into the admin section of my site. I can click on pages. I can find a page that I want to edit, and I can click edit. Yep, you can do it that way too. I just think that it is so much easier to find it out on the public facing side because we have so many pages on our site. You might not. You might only have 5. So in that case, this would be super easy for you. Okay, now removing pages, right? So there's a few different ways that we can remove pages. One way that we can remove a page, if I click edit here, I can go back into the editing screen and I can click move to trash. Move to trash. Now it's going to be gone. Plunk. All right. Another thing that I can do though is I can, on my pages screen, so this would be in your admin section, you click on pages, in your pages screen, you can click trash here. So it's like red, right? So I click trash. It's going to refresh. So what if I didn't want to throw those away? I just realized that I actually need something on one of those pages. Like, what do I do now? People do that all the time. Dude, if you've done this, you are not the only person. I have people call me all the time. They're like, I just threw all my pages in the trash. They do this, and they select them all, and then they click move to trash, and they click apply, and then they're like, I just broke it all. Okay, so no, you didn't. You're totally cool because you see this trash button here. You click trash, and look, they're right here, and it's okay. Now, if I do really want to get rid of them, I can click delete permanently. So this one, get rid of it. Delete it permanently. But this one, I don't want to delete it permanently. I'm going to click restore. And then it will show right up. See how there's nothing in here anymore? If I click all pages again, boom, it's right here. Yeah. So there you go. Now you know how to add pages. You know all the different determinants that show up in that right-hand column that you may want to pay attention to. And you know how to remove them, right? You can click trash and you can actually pull them out of the trash, and then you can edit them as well. You can find them on the front end of your site and you can choose edit, or you can find them in the back end of your site and you can click edit, and then you can edit them. You can preview them and make sure that you're doing the dance back and forth to make sure that you're watching what is actually happening on that page so you don't accidentally explode something and just not know it. So thank you for hanging out with me and learning how to add, edit, and remove WordPress pages. Now, I really hope that this helped you solve your challenge. And if it did, then please give this video a thumbs up. And if you need more advice on editing WordPress, then feel free to subscribe to our page because we publish all kinds of videos like this all the time. Now, if you're on a total journey and you're really trying to learn how to use this website that you've just built, then please head on over to youmaycreate.com. That's youmayecreate.com, because we have a streamlined, comprehensive approach to training how to use WordPress that includes this video and how-to instructions, and it's free. So you just create an account and then you can go through it in a much more streamlined fashion instead of just like kind of piecemealing the videos together. But you chart your path, okay? Just keep going. You've got this.